Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit Podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of March, 2014, and this is episode 79. 79. We're about to be in the 80s. Should we feel old? We'd like to say a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. We love you. And a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. We have a lot to talk about. But first, we have some members who have introduced themselves in their Ravelry group, in our Ravelry group this week. So we want to give them a shout out. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie W., who is Stephanie from Chicagoland area. Rambunctious guy. I don't know if it's supposed to be one word or both words.
I don't know.
Who's Devin from California. Knit Crazy Kate, who is Katie from Omaha, Nebraska. Knitpick 56, who is Terry from Northeast Tennessee. And Penny Gale, who is Penny from Kentucky.
Welcome to the group. Thanks for introducing yourself. If you have not joined our Ravelry group yet, go do it right now. Go ahead, we're waiting. And then introduce yourself in the introductions thread and we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. Or if you're already a member and have not introduced yourself, we'll introduce yourself and we'll give you a shout out too. Okay? Okay. We want to say a big thank you, love, to Essie Hepworth, who is Sarah, for donating her hard-earned monies to help us ship out prizes. She sent some other stuff too, but we'll talk about that in Yummies. So thank you so much, Sarah. If you'd like to make a donation to help with the podcast, to help like with purchasing prizes or shipping out prizes and all that jazz, there's a donate button on our website. And just a reminder, our feed is no longer through Blip TV. It is now through feeds.feedburner.com/geekygirlsknit podcast. So, if you need to update your feed aggregator, that's a fun word, aggregator, do so. So you don't miss us because we're still here, we're podcasting. All right, we have a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Yep. So we probably should get started. So here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what's on our needles and spindles.
So what's on your needles and spindles, Damaris? Ooh, pretty. Okay, go closer so they can see the pattern.
Hold the needles.
I don't know where the other one is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what is this loveliness?
This is the BFF Cowl by Isolde Teague and
Stephanie from Tiny Owl Knits.
Yes.
And what are you doing it with?
King Cole Merino Blend 4-ply in the pale lavender colorway.
And needles?
Size US 7s, 4.5 millimeter.
Okay, but now that was not the piece you were working on last week. No. Because it's 2 pieces. I'll be like the neighbor from Home Improvement. He always looked over the fence. You only ever saw his eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then how does this work?
Well, you Kitchener stitch one of them together, and then you take another person's of the opposite pattern, and you put it inside
Just get through the loop.
and then Kitchener stitch it. So they're connected.
So you'll have 2 loops, and I'll have 2 loops. How are you liking the other pattern one?
It's going a lot quicker for some reason.
Even with the make 15 out of 1 stitches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they use some very unique stitches in this. This is a free pattern on Knitty.
Yes.
So, and I will work on My piece is, I'm waiting for her to get done with the needles because we only have one set of that size. So you'll block it out. That'll be good. It's pretty. And mine's in pink. Are you hiding like the neighbor now?
I don't know what that is.
The neighbor from Home Improvement.
I don't know what
it was Tim Allen's comedy sitcom show. And the neighbor. You have no, oh, you only saw his eyes looking over the fence. All right, anything else you want to say about that?
Nope.
Okay, do you have anything else?
Spinning. I haven't done a lot on it.
What is it?
50 grams of something. North Ronaldsy fiber from Hilltop Cloud Learn Spin Kit.
Yeah. So have you finished one of them yet?
No.
How much do you have left on that one?
Very little.
So then you'll wind it off because you're going to 2-ply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, do you want me to talk about my stuff now?
Sure.
Okay. Alrighty. I have this. Whoa, the camera. We're trying another experiment with the camera. We promise we're getting a new camera very soon. Did I have this on the needles last week?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
Probably.
I don't know. Oops, my needle is like through the... Okay, so this is like hot pink and off-white. It looks red, I think, because you're wearing red. This is the Sweetness Cowl by tincanknits. It's a free pattern. I've modified it a little bit because I had way more of the pink than I had of the off-white because it's supposed to be even down the middle. So I modified it so I could use this yarn, which is Peace Fleece worsted in the Antarctica white and the Perestroika pink colorways. I don't know if I said that right at all. On US 9's 5.5 mil. And when I started this, I was just knitting it normally with my, aforementioned changes because of the yarn I had. But then I decided I had been thinking again about wanting to try to learn how to knit continentally. And so I got some advice, I asked for some advice on various social media, and tried the traditional way of continental knitting, and it just was not working for me. So now I am doing the Norwegian style of continental knitting, and it is working. And you can, I don't know how well you can see, but there's some place in here where my tension was not super even, but it's getting more even and consistent as I go. So, and this is a good project to learn on because there's about even amounts of knitting and purling. So, the nice thing about the Norwegian continental, you don't have to move your yarn to the front for purling. You do the knit and purl stitch with your yarn in the back. So I am practicing on this because it's thick yarn and big needles, and hopefully I can get it consistent enough that I can try it on some 4-ply fingering weight yarn and smaller needles. So I really like the pattern though. I'm just doing about 1 repeat a day, which is 8 rows. So that is what's on my needles. Then next up, this is my super secret project number 2 that I can't show you.
I think you covered that by saying super secret.
Yeah. So it's in here in my what's the name of this bag?
Girl Cave.
No. Psychedelic frogs, groovy frogs, something. It is a Girl Cave bag. But it's in there and you can't see it, sorry. And then I'm spinning. So what I'm spinning is this loveliness.
Look at those colors.
Pinks and oranges and yellows. It looks a lot more yellow in person, but it looks a lot more orange on the screen. That's kind of funny.
And it's very hard to pull apart.
Yeah, but I'm working on it. It is a 50-gram pinwheel of Merino and Tussah silk from the Border Tart. The quarter Tart. I got it at the St. Abbs Wool Festival. And so, let me get out my spindle and show you. It looks a lot more yellow in person. But there it is. So I am spinning that loveliness. And that's everything that's on my needles and spindles. Spindle. I only have one spindle. Are you okay?
It's very nice.
It is very nice. That's everything.
It's a little tiny tribble.
And no, it's a pinwheel. It's a pinwheel. See, pinwheel? It smells good. All right, that's it. Should we move on to the next segment?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project, but not really.
Because it's my super secret project number 1 that I can't show you. I finished it. It's actually just sitting right over there, blocking. It's beautiful. The yarn is amazing. I can't tell you what it is. The pattern's amazing. I designed it. It's amazing. And it's with test knitters right now who have been sworn to secrecy. They can't talk about it either.
The unbreakable vow.
And that's it. That's the only thing I finished this week. I'll have to find out when I can talk about it. I know I can't still show it, but I know there should be some details soon that I can talk about, hopefully. We'll see. That's it. So we probably should move on to the next segment. Now it's now it's time for my favorite shard of our part of our show. Yummies. 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 Damaris, what are yummies?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things that we want to talk to you about.
Although, some of them that we're going to talk about towards the end are not so yummy. But we'll talk about yummies first. So, we wanted to say a big congratulations to Ravelry, because they have 4 million members now.
Confetti!
Pa-da, pa-da, pa-da. And my, I lost my train of thought because my phone went buzz. It's a loud buzz even though it's on silent. Oh, I'm putting a link in the show notes to the infographic page that Casey made about statistics about Ravelry and Ravelry members and such. And like, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but like the highest percentage of members per population capita is like from Iceland. Crazy. But there's a bunch of them, like 4 out of every 100 or something Ravatars are cats. Oh Lord, no, let's not even do that. That's not in the show notes. We're not talking about that.
Cats are nice. I like cats.
She watched a crazy cat video and like was driving us nuts last night with it. So congratulations to Ravelry. We don't know what we would do without you. We love you. Brilliant. Okay, next up is another link. See, there's going to be a lot of links in the show notes this week. This article, and I don't even know how I came across it, but it is for Tiny Knits, where this lady is knitting stuff with 70 stitches to the inch. She like knits with like sharpened surgical grade wire and thread, and knits these like Fair Isle sweaters and socks with pictures, and it was insane.
Not full-size sweaters.
No, like itty bitty, like it's insane, insane, crazy. So you have to look at the pictures. We'll put that in the show notes so you can look at the pictures. We want to say a thank you to Nunoidia, who is Rachel of the Good Yarn Guide podcast, who is also a UK podcaster, for the shout out on her latest episode. Thank you, Rachel. You're amazing. The next up is another link for you to go to. Doctor Who Lego figurines. So there's like a petition on this website called, I don't know what it's called, because this is an article and it takes you to the thing, where like Lego uses it kind of as a thing to gauge interest of new designs. And so there is a petition on there to have Doctor Who figurines. So like the Doctors and K9 and Companions and Daleks and Weeping Angels. They're so cool looking. They look amazing. So you should go to the link in the show notes and click over and say, yes, you want that, because that would be awesome. This was like, yeah, I would buy them for you. And I was like, okay. They're brilliant. And then, this is not a link in the show notes. This is, we're going to show you right now. S.E. Hepworth, who is Sarah, who we mentioned earlier, who gave us a donation to help with shipping prizes, sent us a package of awesomeness. OMG, oh my gosh, we were like, oh! It came yesterday. So first thing there was this adorable Winnie the Pooh card, and I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan, and I adore Winnie the Pooh, and it's going right up here on our shelf with our other cards. I love it, Winnie the Pooh. And then, you see this bag? There is like 37 gazillion different flavors of tea in here. And we drank some of it yesterday. It smells so good. Raspberry and dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. Cabin pressure reference if you missed that. Cranberry, raspberry, and elderflower.
Gingerbread.
Chamomile and maple.
Gingerbread.
Gingerbread. There's a caramel apple. What was the one I had yesterday?
Caramel something.
I don't know. There's a bunch of different flavors, and they're so yummy. And then, you want to show yours first?
Sure. She also sent us fiber from Countess Ablaze.
Countess Blaze. Hold it closer to see if the color, because yours is very green. So this is the Nightmare colorway. It's merino wool, black diamond bamboo, and trilobal nylon Firestar. 100 grams.
Yeah, it's not Firestarter.
Not Firestarter like I told the hub yesterday. And mine is also Countess Ablaze. Geeks Like Rainbows too, and it's merino wool and trilobal nylon Firestar, 100 grams.
Do you see it?
Oh. Here, I'll hold it up for you, and you hold the other one. Okay. It's going to be Princess Leia. But this is, like, amazing rainbow. It's pink and orange and yellow and green and blue. And some purple. So I think I should wear it like this. It's so lovely, and I can't wait to spin it. I'm thinking about maybe, when I get to it, maybe I can spin it and do socks out of it, because wouldn't socks in these colors be amazing? Yours reminds me of dragon skin, because it's, I'm taking it off your head. It's green and blue and black and lots of shades of green and a sparkle, kind of a goldy copper sparkle. Oh, it's amazing. Thank you so much, Sarah. She said that we needed prizes for the Ravelinix too, so these are our prizes.
Oh, when you look at it in the sun, it's so pretty.
Ooh, it sparkles. Oh, does mine do the same thing? Ooh, kind of. Oh, hold it up just a little bit, like right. Oh, isn't that brilliant? Thank you, Sarah. You're so sweet, and we love our fiber and our tea, and my Winnie the Pooh card. That's right back there. And you wear it as a necklace.
It's a hair braid.
Oh, it's soft. It's so soft. I can't wait to spin it. Okay. Next up. GGK Crafty pad. And there was lots of good pictures this week, really good pictures. We had such a hard time choosing. We are now since we're now in March, we are doing a color themed month. So today is black. There's black in your fiber. You could take a picture of that. I've got fiber in my mouth now. It doesn't taste very good. It smells good, but it doesn't taste good. So if you've never participated in GGK Crafty Pad before, there is a prompts list with a prompt for every day, and you take the picture, you post it on Instagram with hashtag GGK Crafty Pad, and then once a week,
we pick one each of our photos that we liked and 3 photos from other people.
No, 5 photos.
5 photos from other people that we liked.
Because there was too many good ones, we had to up it to 5. So we're going to stop right here and put in this week's favorite photos and the prompts list. And then we'll be right back. Okay. So those were our favorite photos for this week. Hope you enjoyed them, and it's never too late to participate. Like we said, we do pick our favorite ones from Instagram, but you're welcome to post them wherever. I post mine also on Twitter and Facebook, and we have a thread in the Ravelry group if you want to post there, although nobody's been posting there but me, so if that continues, we might stop that and just post them on Instagram and in the show notes. Yeah, if you're one of the favorite ones, you get posted in the show notes each week. Yeah, so come join in on the fun. Yeah. All right, so now let's talk about Scotland. So, you know that last week we recorded a day early because I finally had my doctor's appointment with the specialist about my fibromyalgia on Wednesday. It went really well. She actually spent probably about 30 minutes or more with us, which was amazing because doctors typically are just like, get you in, get you out. She confirmed again my diagnosis of fibromyalgia and also added a new diagnosis of hypermobility, which apparently I've had since I was a child, just had never been diagnosed with it because she was asking questions and things, and the things that she was mentioning I've been able to do or had happened since I was a child. So that's another diagnosis. She said that my fibromyalgia is one of the most severe she's seen, and so she thinks that I need to be treated with a multidisciplinary team. So she sent a letter back to my GP, which I got a copy of today, asking him to change one of my medications up and also to refer me to a pain clinic here in Edinburgh. So I need to call and find out how long the wait is going to be for that. But she agrees that I can't keep going on the way I'm going. So hopefully the wait will not be too long to get into the pain clinic and I can get seen and get some treatment underway and get to feeling and being able to live life more normally. Yeah. So, we're in a little bit of a wait-and-see pattern again now until I get into the pain clinic. And that kind of leads into the not-so-yummy this week. If you follow me on Instagram and or Plurk, you probably saw me already post about this. So Monday nights are when we go to our knitting group here in Edinburgh. Wonderful group, Town Mouse Knitting Club. Yeah, Town Mouse Knitting Club. couldn't remember if it was Knitters or Knitting Club. So if you're in the Edinburgh area, we'd love to have you join us on Monday nights. So we were on our way there, and we don't have a car here in Edinburgh, which is fine. We take the bus everywhere, which is not typically a problem. However, it's not typically a problem because on the buses here in Edinburgh, there is one space set aside on every bus for a wheelchair. And if there's not a wheelchair in the space, anybody else can use it. Lots of times moms will have their prams, their strollers with their babies in it in that space, which is fine. However, by law, they are required to move if the space needs to be used by someone in a wheelchair, because that is the only space available. Well, we were on our way to Knitting Club Monday night and waiting to get on a bus, and the bus pulled up and the driver refused to let me on the bus in the wheelchair because a mom with a pram was already in the space and he was not going to make her move. And I said to him, that space is for a wheelchair. I have priority. And the policy is if somebody is in that space not in a wheelchair and there's no room for them to move elsewhere, the bus driver is supposed to give them a ticket to be able to continue their journey on another bus. And he refused to ask her to move, and I told him that space is for a wheelchair. I have priority because that's the only space I can ride, and he pretty much just shrugged his shoulders, slammed the doors, and drove off. So everybody else that was standing around waiting for a bus, because it was a very busy bus stop, was in just as much shock as I was that he did that, because he obviously broke the law by doing that, by denying me access to the bus. I got the number of the bus, etc., and called to report the situation. Of course, it was after business hours, Monday, when this happened. So I talked with them yesterday on Tuesday, and they are pulling the CCTV feed from the bus, and we'll view that, and then management's supposed to be back in touch with me about the situation. It was very humiliating and difficult to deal with, because I would give anything not to have to travel around in a wheelchair. I can't go out anywhere unless the hubs is with us, because I don't have enough arm strength to wheel the chair, to wheel it on and off the bus, etc. I mean, I can do it in a very small, flat space for a very short amount of time, but I can't do it to be able to really go out anywhere or to get on a bus by myself. And the way he treated me was just horrific. And I was very angry when it happened. And then by the time we got to Knitting Club, I was just so upset that I just burst into tears. And because no one deserves to be treated that way. So I'm in a waiting pattern, waiting to hear back from the bus company about what is going to happen to the driver for what he has done. So that's not so yummy this week, having to deal with that. I would never wish for anyone to have to be in a wheelchair, but to have to be in a wheelchair and then be discriminated against that way is just not something anyone should have to deal with. So, okay. Edinburgh Guild of Weavers, Spinners, and Dyers is a week from Saturday, the 15th of March, so we'll be going to that. Currently, that's the plan anyway. So if you're in the area, we'd love to meet up with you there. And I think that's it for Yummies. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Alrighty, we should move on to the next segment because there's lots of TV to talk about this week. Alright, here we go.
now we're going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So, what are you reading?
I am reading Emma by Jane Austen.
Me too.
I'm through the first part now.
I was just about to say that. I finished the first part last night.
Woo.
Yeah, so I'm ready to start, what do they call them, volumes?
Sure. I'm
ready to start volume 2 as well. So, and I am still reading Organized Simplicity, The Clutter-Free Approach to Intentional Living by Tish Oxenreider, who has an amazing podcast as well called I think it's called The Art of Simple. Anyway, it's a really good podcast, audio podcast. And I finished rereading The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini, which is Aragon, Eldest, Brissinger, and Inheritance, which I think is why your fiber that you got from Sarah reminded me of a dragon, because one of the dragons in there is green, and it reminded me of a dragon. Really good series. I've read a couple other books since then, but they were just kind of one-off okays. So, I don't know what I'm going to start reading next. Maybe I'll reread Harry Potter.
You're rereading everything without me.
I'm sorry, you can reread this summer. When school's not in session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, are we ready to talk about TV?
Sure.
Because there's a lot of it. Everything was back because the Olympics were over. So, go ahead, you start.
We're watching Criminal Minds Season 5. We're almost done with Season 5.
Yeah, I think we only have like 2 or 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
So.
Then we'll have 3 more seasons to watch, and then the part of the season that's going right now that's already aired, and then we'll be caught up.
Yeah. So. The Hubs and I are still watching Leverage. We're in Season 4. We're actually almost done with Season 4. I think we have maybe 2 episodes left, because we watched an episode last night after you went to bed. I think maybe we have 2 or 3 episodes left of Season 4. We're also watching Bones. We have had a mega marathon of Bones over the weekend. We finished Season 8 and started watching Season 9, and we only have about, maybe 5 episodes to be caught up to current. So, we're still watching that. We like Bones, except for the gross stuff. You don't watch the gross stuff while you're eating dinner. That's not a good idea. No. Okay. We're watching Call the Midwife. So, since we talked to you last, we watched episode 3.6 and 3.7. And Jenny's back. I'm glad she's back. I like her character a lot. Next episode is episode 3.8, which is the Series 3 finale, which is on Sunday, this coming Sunday, March the 9th. However, they have already confirmed Season 4. Series 4. I don't know when it'll be. Probably next year would be my guess. Or maybe start around Christmas, because they usually do a Christmas special. So anyway, Series 4 has been confirmed, so it will be back. Alright, you want to talk about the next one?
Sure. The Musketeers, we watched 2 episodes. Episodes 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm. The Homecoming and the Exiles.
Yeah.
Anything stand out to you?
Constance! She's great.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about it? I'm interested to see how they're going to get Peter's character out of the show. Yeah. So, and next episode is?
A Rebellious Woman on the 9th.
Yes, Sunday. It'll be episode 7. Okay, you're up next again, too.
Yeah. Castle! Watched 2 episodes.
Uh-huh.
Room 147 and In the Belly of the Beast.
So Alexis moved back home in room 147.
Mm-hmm.
And then In the Belly of the Beast was because it brought back kind of that recurring storyline of,
Senator Bracken.
Yeah, Castle's mom's murder.
No, not Castle.
I mean, not Castle.
Kate.
Kate's mom's murder. So, murderer.
Who knows?
So,
And
yeah.
then that one guy who Kate tried to, push through a wall, the interrogation room window. She was very angry at him.
Yeah. He was back. From outer space? No. Okay. So when's the next episode?
I can't see. 17th.
Yeah, we have a little break. Because of a reality show that I don't watch. Episode 6.18, The Way of the Ninja.
Okay.
Alright, intelligence. We watched episode 1.8, Delta Force. It was a long time ago. I can't remember what happened. Things happen. Nanotechnology.
You know?
Yeah. So we actually have another episode of it to watch that's already aired. It was on Monday night, and we haven't watched it yet. 1.9 Athens. The Hubs and I are still watching How I Met Your Mother Season 9. I think they're going to eventually get married. They've, like, dragged out this wedding weekend for an entire season. I'm like, just let's have the wedding now. Okay. NCIS 11.15 Bulletproof. And I really appreciated the care and respect that they gave with the wheelchair situation with Delilah. So McGee's girlfriend, who was in the terrorist attack, and was injured and is now in a wheelchair. And I really appreciated how they dealt with that situation. And there was a new episode last night that we haven't watched yet, 11.16, Dress to Kill. And I believe that was the 250th episode. So I'm excited to watch it tonight. Hubs and I are still watching NCIS LA.
I see the computer now.
Oh, because the sun changed. We're watching season 5 of NCIS LA. We watched Person of Interest, episode 3.15, Last Call. Oh, that was the one... Oh, you weren't in here. You didn't watch it with us. It was... Harold was working as a 911 operator, and somebody called in and threatened to kill a little boy unless the 911 operator deleted a call that had come in previously that was, like, would cause them to be able to have to go to jail because they committed a crime. It was intense. There was a new episode on last night, episode 3.16, RAM. We haven't watched it yet. Like the computer term RAM. I thought at first it was like RAM, like a animal, but then I figured out that it's RAM, like computer. So excited to watch that tonight too, hopefully. Then we watched Revolution, episode 2.14, Fear and Loathing. And Monroe and his son had to fight. But then they escaped.
The end.
And
but then the end.
There was the nanotechnology and what's his name was deleting the nanotechnology. Aaron was deleting the nanotechnology, and they were like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me."
And then the end of the episode was like, "What is this? The season finale?"
And it's not, but Aaron woke up in present day, in like things were back to normal, like they were supposed to be. It was crazy. So there's a new episode on tonight, 2.15, Dreamcatcher. Not on the 4th, no, this is wrong. That should be the 3rd, right? Is today the 4th?
No, it's the 5th.
Oh dear, see, I'm all confused. Oh dear me. So there's a new episode on tonight. See, look how confused I am. I wrote the wrong date on all of these things. I'm going to have to go into the show notes and fix it. Don't let me forget, because I already did part of the show notes.
Okay.
Don't let me forget to fix it. Okay. All right, now it's your turn.
Okay, Psych.
Yes.
1967, A Psych Odyssey. And it was like that one castle episode. What was it called?
I don't know, but I just threw water on my computer.
The Blue Butterfly. Yeah, it was like that castle episode.
Yeah.
Where everyone was people
from the past.
In a different time.
I
like that episode of Castle. It's a good episode.
So, the Chief and Juliet both left. And Carlton is now the new police chief because he solved the murder back in 1967. So, what's the new episode going to be? Sean and Gus truck things up. Episode 8.7. That's on tonight. The 5th. Today's the 5th. Did you know today's the 5th?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then Arrow, episode 2.14, Time of Death. So Sarah is now part of the Arrow team. Laurel's sister. And Oliver found out that Slade is alive, and he was, like, meeting with his mom, with Oliver's mom. That's how it ended. It's kind of weird. New episode is tonight, episode 2.15, The Promise. Alright, you're up now.
Elementary!
Yay!
The 1% solution. Okay, so Strahd is back, and he is a copying copier. He's just ridiculous.
Xerox?
No, he... No, he copied the once you've eliminated the impossible.
Yes, he did. He was trying to
Gareth.
work in the private sector.
Gareth.
And now we have a menagerie.
Yeah. Okay, so Sherlock and Joan already have bees.
On the roof.
Lots of bees, including Osmia avocetta and Eugacia watsonia. And they have Clyde, the tortoise. And now they have 2 roosters.
Yes.
Named Romulus and Remus.
Because Sherlock rescued them.
Yes.
And then trained them not to attack each other. Because they were fighting.
They're just gonna accumulate all of the animals.
They're just gonna have a menagerie. So when's the next new episode? Oh wait, that's the wrong date on it.
The next episode is last week.
I think that should be the 6th of March. Oh my word. What was I doing when I was doing these show notes? I think there's a new episode this week.
Yes, it's about ears.
Ears to you.
This is a very serious show about serious things.
Yes.
Like roosters.
And ears. And then finally, the Hubs and I are still watching The Big Bang Theory Season 7. Last week's episode was about them getting a table for the guy's apartment, and Sheldon, could not deal with change. And it was quite funny. And he was going to break up with Amy because he couldn't deal with the change. It was crazy. And that's it. That's everything we're watching and reading. That was a lot. Shall we move on to the next segment?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
And now it is time to talk about May, April...
No,
what?
not the May.
What?
Well, yes, May, but you forgot the first
March, April, May. Sweater, knit along, or crochet along, or however you can make a sweater.
Weave along, not spin along.
I don't think you can spin a sweater.
Well, you could spin...
What are you doing? I'm spinning... Whoa, it's a sweater! Calm down there.
You could spin the fiber and then knit it into a sweater. That would be amazing. Alright, so it started on March the 1st and ends on May the 31st. You cannot have started before March the 1st if you want to enter for a prize. Okay. And any adult, child, or baby sweater that you knit, crochet, or weave counts. There was a question in the thread on Ravelry, which was good, asking what counts as a sweater. Pretty much anything that you wear to cover your upper body. So whether it's a cardigan, a jumper, a top, a vest.
Sweater vest.
A sweater vest, a jumper, a sweater. Those things. As long as it's for an adult, a child, or a baby, it counts. If you're not sure, post it in the thread and we will say yay or nay. Okay? And you can double dip in other cows as long as it fits the rules. Don't know what we're doing for prizes yet. We have some prizes on the shelf back here.
We do.
Down below. We got some. We have needle sets and stitch marker sets, and we got some stuff left. So we'll see. Don't know. It'll be a surprise. Every project that you finish and post counts as one entry into the giveaway, and you can enter more than once. It's once for each sweater. You have to be a member of our group to participate. You have to post a picture of your finished project in the FO Pictures Only No Chatter thread by the end of May, because we'll lock the thread on June the 1st and draw the winners on the next podcast. And if you are one of the winners, you have 30 days from the date of airing of the episode to claim your prize. Which reminds me, one of our Ravel Linux winners has not claimed her prize yet. So if you participated on Team Geeky Girls Knit, you might want to watch last week's episode and see if you were a winner, because somebody hasn't claimed a prize yet. We still have one left. I haven't started my sweater yet. Have you?
No.
Because we don't have the yarn yet, even. We're going to go Monday, I believe, and go pick out yarn. Because we are both knitting the Delancey cardigan. Mine in pink and gray, and yours in
blue and bronze, probably.
Yeah. We'll have to look at yarn and make sure. So that's the plan. Alright, so get to work on your sweaters, and can't wait to see your FOs. Alright, on to the next segment. And now it is time for Ask the Geeky Girls. Bum bum bum.
No, we're doing it like serious news. Now,
It is time.
serious news.
Serious news for Ask the Geeky Girls. Damaris, would you like to ask the question?
Sure.
Okay.
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 Okay. Then Knits 130, who is Michelle from the US, asks, have you traveled through Europe, Scotland, Ireland, England, etc.?
Some. So since we've been here, we have traveled to Cymru, which is north of here. And it was beautiful. Saw tons of sheep and all kinds of stuff. I have a link on my personal blog with pictures from that day. There was lots of sheep. I was enthralled. It was beautiful.
Bah.
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 We also have been to St. Abbs, which is southeast from here.
It's a seaside town.
It is a seaside town. We went to a wool festival there, and the water was gorgeous, and it was beautiful. And we bought lots of yummy, good stuff. Those are the only places we've been since we've lived here. We do have plans to travel, hopefully once my health is under control. See the yummy segment for that update if you missed it. It's at the end. Yeah. Now, before you were even thought about, I did travel some in Europe. I went to the Czech Republic and Slovakia and Germany. I can't remember. Austria, maybe? This was even before the hubs and I were even dating. And we've been married 17 years this year. So that tells you. It's been a long time ago. I did do some traveling. I was in a choir in college at the beginning of my college years. And we did a tour here in Europe. And performed in some cathedrals that were amazing. And we were here for about a little over a week, I think. Maybe 2. I don't know. It's been a long time ago. So, I did that. But when we moved here, that was the first time that you and the hubs had been out of the U.S. I have also traveled to the Bahamas. That was when I was in high school. So, that's it. So thank you, Michelle, for your question. We hope to do some more traveling soon and be able to share some of that. So, but don't let me forget to put in the show notes links to those photos from the travels thus far. And if you have a question for us, what should they do?
You should go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and just post it.
And it can be about anything. And we will answer it as long as we're comfortable answering it. And there's not been one yet we haven't answered. So we just are answering them in the order they were posted. So go post it there, and we'll answer your question when we get to it. All right, on to the next segment.
We're colorful now.
We're colorful now? That's what you want the episode to be called?
Sure.
In which we're colorful now. Color with a U. I love spelling words with U's. like color, COLOUR, and favorite, FAVOURIT.
And labor.
I don't typically write the word labor.
And
I'm trying to think what else I've written.
favor. There are others.
There's others and I can't think. Color is my main one.
Google words with OU.
Or not.
Or not.
Color is the one I write a lot because I write Colorway. I like to spell it with a U now. U's are cool. Bah. Do you get it? U's are cool. Bah.
Okay.
I think that's the end of our show. Thanks for watching. You want to tell them where to find us online?
You can definitely not find us on Blip.
Nope, we're not there anymore.
That's where we can find us.
Yes, because we get lost quite often.
Yes, we're having a deep existential thing. We can find us.
We can find ourselves. And you can too.
You can too! If you go to geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com, and there are links to everywhere else we are online. Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, Twitter, Ravelry. I already said Instagram. Other places.
Etc. Do you know that also you can get there by going to geekygirlsknit.blogspot.co.uk? Which is kind of fun, because then you get to write a U. And more dots. What am I supposed to name this episode again?
I don't know. In which we're colorful now.
Okay. Alright, I think that's it. I think we have rambled on long enough. So we're going to go. Y'all have a lovely week. And happy knitting and crafting and all that jazz. We love you. Thanks for being awesome viewers. And we'll see you next week.